My younger sister Bria is 14 years old, was diagnosed with osteosarcoma, a bone cancer, about a year ago.
When I heard I had cancer, I was very afraid.
I can't begin to describe the initial emotions that I went through.
You know, I'd asked my dad, because I remember she went to the doctor and they did a little analysis on her leg. And I was like, you know, how's she doing? I figured it was nothing, but he told me, you know, that she had cancer and that they're going to have to start chemo soon. And it was the toughest news I had to take probably in my life. There's 4 of us, 4 Carter kids. And with Bria and I don't know, there's just a connection.
While Bria underwent her chemo treatments in Chicago, that connection with Paul, 400 miles away, remained just as strong.
There's a lot of things I don't really remember due to the chemo, but I do remember him being on the computer screen when I woke up and being there and just watching me. My family told me all the time he was watching me sleep. It
was kind of funny because with the medication, it would be instant. She'd be talking and then she'd just fall asleep. And so I'm like, all right, she's asleep again. So, you know, I'd kind of watch her and, you know, then she'd wake up and start talking again, same sentence. I'm like, oh, wow, that's weird.
Paul finished his junior year at Minnesota, and though he loved the Golden Gophers, his love of family was even deeper. He talked with his coach, Tubby Smith.
Coach Smith is a coach. He's going to look out for you no matter what. And he definitely was worried about me as a young man and wanted to make sure I was making the right decisions. I felt like, you know, coming back home, you know, that was priority number 1. And my family needed anything from me, I'm willing to give it.
Paul decided to transfer to the University of Illinois Chicago, a smaller school, but still a Division I school. The University of Minnesota was okay with the move, but the transfer had to be approved by the NCAA.
They were actually a pleasure to work with. I told them of our desire to make sure we were in complete compliance with all the rules. There was never any ambiguity or misunderstanding about what the process was and what the steps were to get to where we are now. And we followed that process, and they were just very accommodating, and we couldn't be more pleased with the way things went.
Paul moved closer to his family and transferred to the University of Illinois Chicago. Shortly thereafter, the Flames hired a new coach, Chicago native Howard Moore. Coach Moore vividly remembers the first time he met Paul Carter. He was an assistant at Wisconsin, and Paul's Minnesota team had just beaten his Badgers.
The thing that stands out was they had a great win in our place, you know, and Paul had an unbelievable block to secure the win for them in overtime. And in the handshake line, I remember going down the line and, you know, just kind of being a little upset. And then the kid that made the great play, Paul Carter, looked me right in my eye and say, "Coach, great game, God bless you," and said it sincerely. And so that's something that really stuck out of my mind. Like, you know, even though I was upset, I'm like, that's a good kid.
That spring, the doctors had more bad news for Bria.
We went to the meeting with the orthopedic surgeon, and he was telling us that the chemo had not really worked, and instead of having to remove the tumor and the bone that had the tumor, they would have to do an amputation. I was shocked. I couldn't say anything. I was trying to hold my tears. I didn't really want to cry at that time because I had 2 options. I could keep my leg and continue to do chemotherapy for years and years, or I could just get it removed and be done with chemotherapy by the end of this year. So I just, from thinking that, I thought, well, I think it's time. And also, if I had kept my leg, most likely I wouldn't have been able to sit here right now and say that I have survived cancer.
You know, when we told her the news, she was just like, all right, let's get it done. Like, I'm ready to get out and about. I'm ready to be cancer-free. I'm tired of this. Like, I don't care. Take my leg. And I was just amazed. I was like, are you serious? She was just like, yeah, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. I'll get a prosthetic and I'll be fine. So I was just like, wow, this kid's tough. You know, once she got it, we couldn't stop her. You know, my dad, her mom, everybody else was trying to tell, like, take your time. You know, she's like, no, I'm fine. And she's like wobbling and we're all nervous, like, oh my God, like, don't fall. But she's like, no, I got this. Like, I'm out of here. See you. Like, she's right outside. She's got her leg. She's gone. So she was fine. She didn't need any help. And now she's a pro at it.
That there is a lot of love in the Carter family is unmistakable. That and a deep faith helped get them through the past year.
There's a lot of crazy things going on in this world, but to see so many people express concern and support for us was pretty amazing. And many of those folks were complete strangers. So in that sense, it was not really a test of faith, but a confirmation of faith. And I don't know that there's ever been a day that our family has been any closer than we are now.
Bria's story and her situation has just helped me take it to another level, and not worry about the little things or worry about what the future holds. For me, it's like, dude, just enjoy every day. When you get out there and you play, smile a little bit, laugh. It's fun. It's basketball. Yeah, you're a fierce competitor, but you don't have to be mean all the time. And just enjoy, the pains. If you go 1 for 45, just be happy that you're able to walk on the court when your sister has to limp down the stairs just to get to the game.
For a ball he's got no chance at, he's got to smarten up for the next 19 minutes.
We'll see Loyola mix and match their defenses throughout the game, but they start in a man-to-man. And UIC, an interior-oriented team, gets Paul Carter to the basket.
And right on cue, Paul Carter doing his best Lamar Odom impression, has the ability to go outside, and then Hill couldn't care less about what I just said.
He is a very streaky shooter, so when he hits one, he tends to hit in bunches. Robo Krebs will shoot it in bunches tonight, and they're hoping. Robo Krebs gets the steal, and Loyola already 3 giveaways here in the first 5 minutes.
And that was just a case of McCammon getting too deep.
And that's a case of Paul Carter getting up.
That's right.
Hill again tries the drive. This one no, and Paul Carter will grab the rebound. We'll say that phrase a lot in tonight's broadcast. Carter has 11 double-doubles on the season, tied for tops in the league.
And the great thing about Carter is when he does clear that rebound, he's got the ability to bring it up the floor and initiate the offense.
Carter just powers his way in, goes to his opposite hand, his right. Paris Carter is there for the putback, and immediately speaking of big is in now for UIC, the 6'11", 280-pound senior from Falmouth, Maine. Paul Carter will have an easy one there.
Defending guys who can't shoot, a player like Kindred backing off but showing no type of hands or footwork at all. You see Krebs back on the point, the position he ran for most of the year this year.
Going alongside Joel Cornett, Greg Rakestraw with you here for Horizon League basketball from Chicago, and a much needed jumper by Brad Burton.
Difficult shot for him because he had to go to his off or right hand. And Carter goes with a reverse by Richmond. Might have gotten away with a little bit of a swim move or a hook with that inside arm as he went by the UIC defender. It's been a learning experience for Richmond this year. Everything out of high school, Mr. Basketball in Illinois. That is quite a transition from the high school game to the college game. I think many here in Illinois felt that as Carter comes bounce here this afternoon. Paul, the flyer, has it knocked away by Burton. Carter with 4 fouls, backs it out. Katie got back on defense that time. And Jeremy Richmond on him allows him to turn over that right shoulder and go to the strong hand. We got to give a lot of credit to DJ Richardson. He has shut down Robo Krebs as Carter has it swatted away. And that's a tough one. Boy, that is another tough call. And that's a big call for 2 reasons. Carter coming right at you there. Well, I don't think Bill Cole was set at all. Then one with a basket. Boy, Krebs made a mistake right there, killing his dribble. Carter with 4 fouls. He'll take it. The lefty fires and he cans it to tie it. Not much of big games.
Passing game, but now that's faded away. A lot of standing around offensively by Butler.
There's Paul Carter. Tough shot in the lane. He's got 4.
Beautiful possession. Took care of it. A lot of people touch the basketball, penetrate, and dish.
Carter puts it in. Type of player for the Flames. Now he's getting a lot of minutes. Carter, he takes the three. He knocks it down. He's got 5 on the bench. Hahn hit that 3 moments ago. Segal, we will let you know, but obviously still in the locker room and not out here on the court with the Dogs. And the 3 goes down for Paul Carter. Ralph, it appears to me that this level of energy here in the second half for the Bulldogs is really good right now.
Well, I think they've come out with a chip on their shoulder. They know their teammate Matt Howard's in the locker room trying to recover from the injury. And this is a team that's bonded together. You can just see how they're playing. Their passing game's extraordinary on the half court.
Nord, spin move. Couldn't get it to go. Battle for the ball.
3 games in a row.
Loose ball again. Here's a steal by UIC. Here to Carter. Carter to Krebs for 3. He can't get it to go. Carter with the offensive rebound, and he puts it in.
Well, there's 2 players that are determined to get out of Hinkle with a win tonight, and that's Carter and Krebs. And those 2 guys are just playing a tremendous heads-up, eyes wide open type of ball game right now.
Krebs to Van Sant. Van Sant, why not take the jumper? Becomes up short, gets his own rebound.
That's one of those
defense. The turnovers, you haven't heard them as much.
There's a block on the shot for CSU. McFarland shot.
Then focus. Oh, what a move by Westbrook. 55-50. Badgers. 2:20 left. The trap is set. The deflection. And a steal by the Gophers. Carter, the return and jam. It's a 1-possession game. 45 seconds remaining. Again, the press has really bothered the Badgers. Landry, great look down court to Bohannon. And a block inside by Carter.
Oh, what a great block by Carter. He never gave up on the play. Jason Bohannon had to be more aggressive going to the basket to finish that.
Blocked inside. Gophers maintain possession. Johnson for 3.
Oh, what a great step shot by Damian Johnson. All a result of an offensive rebound by the Minnesota Gophers.
60-59 Wisconsin. Through the hands of Jackson off the inbounds. Look out, Carter 3. Ring it.
All man by the defense. And Wayne, you talked about this when Tubby Smith goes for that small.
Remember, Minnesota started the season in everybody's top 25. And after getting out to a 4-0 start, they quickly lost. 4 turnovers for Purdue. Collins with a bounce underneath. Bostic lays it up, but they'll retrieve it. Down the lane comes Carter for the stuff. And Matt Painter wants a timeout. Does not like the turn of this so far. In terms of wins and losses, it has not affected Purdue. They are 13-0 and one of 4 unbeatens remaining in the country. Carter, quick move on the baseline. Beautiful move for 2.
Well, Carter opportunistic off the bounce, the blow by, and the length to finish at the rim.
Carter, an outstanding defender. He's also hitting 51% of his shots.
Well, it's rare when you don't see Purdue rotate defensively to contest. Keep in mind, the Gophers are a streaking team themselves. Purdue undefeated, but Minnesota's won 7 consecutive games. They're feeling pretty good about themselves as well, Dave.
Iverson stealing away that rebound. Carter comes free to him, and he banks it in. And a foul on the play. He'll go to the line. Boy, Paul Carter showing a lot of athleticism underneath. And Ralph Sampson III, he can't help, but he loves the effort. Minnesota has surged into the lead here at Mackey Arena against undefeated that injured ankle. Carter at the line, Paul Carter. Sampson continuing to watch.
Well, Carter's been very active, 6'8". He's a lefty, a slasher, gets on the glass, led the Gophers in rebounding last year, so he likes to do damage in the basket area. Very much an old-fashioned team in their approach. Fundamentally sound.
Carter finds an open seam and lays it in. A tremendous move by Paul Carter, the 6'8" junior. He has 12.
For the Boilers.
Williams nearly picked off by Johnson. Opens a lane for Carter.
Mark is low.
Now let's see if the film has kind of gotten out about Singh around the league. Let's see if teams are paying a little more attention to the young man from Evanston on the north side of Chicago. Carter will find that one from 17, and UIC has built a 4-point lead.
Let's penetrate, pitch, step out by cross. And certainly, and it's a big, big basket for Donovan Foster.
First made field goal in quite some time for UDM.
But stop the bleeding, so to speak.
Now we see UIC being a little more aggressive on the bounce and moving to the basket, and Carter quickly would
make an extra pass.
Quick shot again, that time by Detroit. And now Carter trying to run the break and look for a transition opportunity for the Flames. Nice little slip to Robbins, missed it, but tipped it back.
Hurt Detroit too, Greg, is it? And Chase Simon picking up 2 quick fouls, not having. He's a steady player, understands how to play, can score a lot of different ways. And there's Paul Carter, just
nice little step back.
I tell you, that's a great move. That's you're talking about undefendable.
Paul Carter.
Staff still trying to get a couple of their 2 big guns going here. Neither Robo Krebs nor Paul Carter have connected on a field goal yet. There's Carter now in the lane. Nice move. A little up and under, and he put it up and in.
But that's, as you assist.
That's really kind of the opposite way of life for both of these teams. There's Duggins got rejected. Out. Oh, Carter said not today. Carter now the other way, trying to get it done at both ends. Goes up strong, but he couldn't get it up and into the basket. And he's trying to energize this Flames team.
Well, take a look at the block. I mean, that is throwing an umbrella over the top of that one. Get it out of here. And then he gives you effort. He hustles all the way back down the court.
7-point lead for Wright State. Carter step back. His long two is good. He's feeling it. 5-point cushion now as Duggins tried to barrel in, couldn't get it to go. The loose ball gathered in by Wright State. Shot blocked. Packer can't handle it, and now taken away by Carter. Carter leading the break 3-on-2. Spins around, the move, and put it in. Nice footwork there by Paul Carter. Looking to build on their first lead.
18 points in the paint for UIC. Huge factor.
Carter to Burton, and he bumped into a man, lays it up, left it short, but put the tap in.
Tell you what, UIC is getting
9 points in the game.
He had 10 off the bench against Cleveland State the last game.
As Tabler gives it up to the guy Evans. Evans trying to get open. Dribbles to the free throw line. Now has to kick it back to Tabler. Tabler drives to the basket, throws it up with the right hand, and no good. And by going to the right hand, that prevented him from really getting the shot off. If he goes left-handed, it might have been a better shot.
He can get some separation.
Absolutely. 14 minutes to go. Duggins taking the game over and has given Wright State a 7-point cushion with 1:20 to go. Now Carter, baseline pass to Dipanjo Singh, and he put it in. Singh with a career-high 12.
there. 48-31, found himself under the basket and scored the casual left-handed reverse. Those 19 points for Norris, a game high. Vikings by 17, 14:28 to go as Paul Carter is into the front court for UIC. Carter on the right wing. Carter dribbles. Carter still dribbling behind the back. Pulls up, pumps, shoots, fouled. Couldn't score. A jumper went across the rim. But he got Tim dribbling. Robbins sets a pick for him. Harmon gets through it. Krebs on the left wing, still dribbling. Passes left sideline. Carter. Jitter jukes, shoots a three. Good. Boy, Paul Carter. And they're on a 21-2 run. Gray in the front court left wing. 5:04 to go in the half. Down low, Carter on the block. Double teamed. Out to Robbins. Back to Carter, but now he's sideline left. He'll dribble around a pick. Bounce to Robbins. Pump fake on the block. Turns. Fades from 6.
Norris.